old rambly video. Yeah, we're just gonna chat. No triggers really, except for ramble. Before that, let me shout out you guys. So Ryan FX 313 Fatima and DAGFG 4115. I see you guys commenting. Thank you so much for being a sleeping beauty. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, thank you for being here. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so let's firstly start off with movies. I think it's just like 2 movies. I kind of wrote that down like quickly. So the first movie that okay, so my ratings go like this. Anything that's a 5 and above, I will watch again. Anything that is a 5 and below, I will not watch again, and I do not recommend. But there's even some that I give a 5 to or 6, but I won't watch it again. And mostly it will go to the actor and actresses because they would do a phenomenal job. But the storyline is what sucks. So yeah, if you're wondering about all these lights, that one is the sunlight, that one is like the night starry light, but the ring light is so overpowering and it doesn't allow me to turn it down anymore. Like, I think it's on something, like this is the lowest the ring light can go. So that's something. Yeah, so the first movie is Wind River. And again, I'll pop everything this side so you can check it out. It's Wind River, and I give it a 9 out of 10. It is a US movie. It's from 2017. So, in short, I never know how to do this because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't watched it. So, spoilers ahead for all of these. I'm not going to spoil too much if you haven't watched it. But let's just... So basically, they find a woman in the snow. She's dead. So she's Jane Doe. They find her in the snow and she's badly, like, and really her body's in bad shape. So not only does she obviously have frostbites, and the cause of death is it hypothermia? When you freeze to death. Yeah, so that was the cause of death, but she was raped, sexually assaulted. And so obviously someone had to do things to her, and then they made her walk in the snow for help, but obviously she didn't make it. She passed away. So then you'll see 2 familiar actors from Marvel, Elizabeth Olsen and I forgot his real name, Investigate. And the story just gets crazy, and the guy knows. So then they later found out who's the girl, and it was one of his friends. It was one of his friend's daughter. I don't know if he knew from the beginning. I'm not sure because her body was like bad. So yeah, and then they found out what happened to her. But boy, was it a twist! It's a really sad movie actually. It's just sad, but I I would recommend it. Justice was definitely served at the end. Movies about sexual assault and things like that, it always gets me teary-eyed. It always gets me teary-eyed because in real life there isn't justice, and that's why many people just keep quiet, especially women, because somehow you're always blamed. What were you wearing? Why were you going out alone? Why didn't you see the signs? It's like victim blaming never ceases to amaze me. It's always your fault. It's never, oh, it's never, oh, you know why he raped? Because he's a rapist and he raped. No, it's always like, what was she wearing? Why was she with him? Like, can you understand how insane that sounds? And then there's babies getting raped as much as 8 months old. So you're telling me a diaper is a turn on? Come on now, be so effing for real. And if you think like that, sorry to say you're part of the problem. If you think it always lies with the victim, imagine a world where we get to wear what we want and it wouldn't be slutty or whatever, you know. I can get so deep about these subjects, but anyway, let's go on. The next movie I watched was the Garfield movie. I give it a 7. It's from the US and it is 2024. There's like 2 old Garfield movies, but I think it's live action. Yes, haven't watched those in a minute. Anyway, it's kind of just a backstory of how Garfield came to be, and it was okay. It was good. It was good animated, and you know, same old Garfield and Odie and John. Is it John? Yes, it was good. So yeah, it came to be how Garfield got to be with John and how Odie was with. And it's so funny because Garfield explains the story. He's the narrator and he's like, and that's how I came to be with John. I mean, that's how I let John live with me. Like, really, Garfield? That's how John got to live with you, your pet. And I'm like, maybe cats do think that, because if not anything, cats always have the audacity. And I'm like allergic to cats. And I kid you not, cats just want to be around me. It's like maybe they can sense I'm allergic and now they're all over me. Like, a friend I used to have, we were at her place one night and she had cats, and that cat would not leave me alone, but it was kind of creepy, but it was just staring at me and it just wanted to be near me and my nose. I was like, get your cat away, please. But yeah, Garfield the movie, 7 out of 10. Wasn't that bad, but you know, it's kind of like Then the last ones are a series. So this one is a Korean drama. It has 1 season, 2024, and I give it an 8 out of 10. It is No Gain, No Love. A quirky drama. You know, it has that suspense of a mystery. What is going on here? And then it has your classic breakup. And then it has your classic, you are my everything. You know, it was okay. So to explain it in short is the female lead breaks up with her long-term boyfriend and he pretends like he's so sad, and then he goes and gets married, and then she starts counting and she's like, wait a minute, this broad 2-timed me. And one of the leads, not leads, but you can say like second role, his mother wants to, is all about married people, no singles. So the female lead decided to ask the male lead to be like, marry me. But he secretly liked her, and he secretly knows her. And there is an age difference. And so they get fake married. Classic, that's classic Chinese Korean dramas there. They get fake married, and you know, the love starts brewing, but there's secrets. But I loved the second leads more. The female second lead and the male second lead, they were so adorable. And sometimes spicy. Like, how are you gonna be more spicy than the male leads? Like, come on, give us both. But I love their story, and obviously there was complications because it wasn't like a regular old love story, you know. It was kind of enemies to lovers sort of thing. And the funny thing is, with the second male lead, he just went stupid. Like, oh. So the second female lead is a writer, an adult writer. She writes spicy stories. That type, he laid me on the bed, split my legs open type of shit. And he saw that his mother was reading it, and in his mind he didn't like it, and he left hate comments on her blogs and stuff, and that's how their whole story started. But I laughed so much. I was like, what the hell are you on? Come on, how did you think you got here? Honestly, it's like old people who only tell young people all you have on your mind is sex. How did we get to be here? You didn't spread your legs. You didn't insert into the holes that people told you not to. You weren't spicy. What, we just fell out of the sky? Like, come on now. Come on now. But yeah, it was quirky, and it ended nicely. Very nicely. I just wish one thing they could change in the future is to leave out the breakups. Like 16 episodes. They only kiss on episode 11. We only see they're going to bed, but we don't actually see them, you know, getting undressed all the time and stuff on episode 14. Then on episode 15, they freaking break up because of something stupid. And then on episode 16, it's an hour and a half on episode 16, 1 hour, and they get back together, and the rest is like, and that's why I always rate it not a 10 out of 10, because it's like, that breakup was unnecessary, and you didn't give us a marriage, and you didn't give us the baby, so, but it's still enjoyable. That's just me though. The next one is Everybody Loves Me, 2024 Chinese drama, only 1 season, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I loved this drama. I loved it, and the reason I loved it is because how dense can guys be? How dense can they be? But I loved it because the girl, she showed attitude. She confessed. He said no, and she said, okay, I got you, boo. I'm backing off. You are out of sight, out of mind. So, the female lead and the male lead play video games. And online, they have different names. You know, like online, it's not your real name or whatever, and you don't have a picture of you on at all. So he plays with her, and he's already in love with her. But the onliner, so she's with the male lead, and then she's with the other guys. The guys all know each other, but they don't know who she is, you know. So come to find out that she's in love with him as well, but obviously she doesn't know who he is on the game, but she knows like in real life, you know. And so she goes and confesses, and he rejects her in front of everybody. You couldn't take me privately and be like, no. Anyway, my mics were doing weird shit. Yeah, so he rejects it in front of everybody, and then come to find out later, she was confessing to him. I love that scene so much. He just fell on his knees inside the game. He's like, so you like, and then obviously they found out she's the girl, you know, and whatnot, but she didn't know their identities, and he was just trying to win her back, and she was not having it. And so he was kind of using his identity on the game to kind of fish out how he could make up to her. And obviously when she found out who he was, she was very angry, because obviously she was confiding a lot of things to that person that she didn't know was him. So she was angry, but they did get together. But I just love it because she was like, you know how they would make other female leads grovel to the male lead and forgive them so fast. She wasn't having that. She was sticking to herself. She was like, you better get off of me. You better get off of me. And I loved it so much. You know, I don't like those type of way to make the woman seem so weak and so forgiving, you know. I also don't like that shit where we break up and then 10 years we see each other again. So that was a quirky one. And then I also watched Maxton Hall series 2024, one season. There is a season 2 coming. They're currently filming it. I think it's a German drama. I'm not sure. I'll just add everything here. So we've got the male lead, which is James Beaufort. We've got the female lead, which is Ruby Hall. So the story starts with Lydia Beaufort, who is James Beaufort's sister. They're twins, I think. Yes, just her. The Beaufort siblings, or the Beaufort twins. And she's be doing some things with the teacher. And Ruby walked in on Lydia and the teacher, but she wasn't gonna say anything. Like, the girl was minding her business. But then Lydia goes over to James and she's like, James, that bloody Lydia saw me. That bloody Ruby saw me. And poor Ruby. So now James, he's harassing Ruby and he's like, I'll pay you. You keep your mouth shut about my sister, because the Beauforts are extremely rich and their father is an asshole. He raises them wrong. Maybe that's just something the rich do and we'll never understand, and that's how they remain rich. But their father is an asshole. Like, season 2, the way it ended, I really hope they don't get away from each other, because the way it ended, it kind of seemed like he was gonna give her up, because so obviously he's this playboy, rich playboy, and full of shit, no manners, walking like he owns everything. And obviously Ruby's your classic, I ain't gonna take your shit, I don't like you, but then falls in love with you. And yeah, so they get to know each other. He softens up and he obviously, you know, let go of his character of tough, and he shows her who he is. They fall in love, but then obviously the dad is not having that shit. And yeah, so the dad is like the biggest obstacle, and the dad is the biggest obstacle in their relationship. And James needs to take over the business. There is no room for his dreams. You're gonna do what daddy says. But the way it ended, it kind of seemed like you know, as I said, he was gonna give her up because she just lives a simple life and he lives a very hardcore, a very different life. But I hope it's not like that. I don't know how it's gonna go. But yeah, I give it like a 8.5 out of 10. It was okay. It's very classic, you know, sappy, if you can say that. Then the next thing I watched was 7-Time Loop, a villainous, carefree life, something like that. I'll pop everything here. It's an anime, 2024, one season. I wish there was another season. Maybe there will be. I don't know. With anime, it's a waiting game and I don't like it. So when I hear something is one season and done, I watch it. One season and done. I cannot wait years. That's why I mainly don't like anime. And when I came across Attack on Titan, I was like, who are these giants? And then I was like, they're titans. Oh, okay. And then I was keep feeding to my sister, let's just watch it. She didn't know much about it, but she knew because my sister's a big anime watcher. But then I went in Google, I was like, it's done. It's done. I probably watched Attack on Titan like 5 times. There will be no other anime like it. And Eren, my guy, deserved to live. And he wasn't a villain to me. Sorry to say. But anyway, so I could have, if I was into anime, that was a long freaking wait. That was a long wait. Worth it, but long. So I was glad I got to watch it while everything was done. Do I wish there was an alternative ending? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. These things are making noise. Hear it? So yeah, Risha, I'm probably saying that wrong. The female lead has had 7 lives, and in each, I think her 7-1 is gonna be the last one of the story. But in each of her lives, she went and did something different because she was raised to marry the prince and bear his children, and that's all she needed to do. Damn, women have such sad stories, right? But then the king, the prince, just broke up with her. So in each of her lives, she decided to do something different. So she was skilled more than a woman should be. So in her 7 life, in each of her lives, she gets killed by the same man. Guess it's gonna be a lover. Arnoldine. I like saying that even though I'm not saying it right. But Arnoldine. I like the way she says it. Arnoldine. He's so beautiful. Fiending over non-existent cat inspired drawings is like, I have Eren Yeager. My sister drew me Eren Yeager. If you're interested to see the Quiet collection I have, and it's just Eren Yeager, it's not even Attack on Titan collection, it's just Eren. I do have Attack on Titan stickers and cards, but Eren Yeager's who lives in my house, on my walls, in my closet. That sounds wrong. I have like a glass cabinet where that looks trippy, where I display things I want to display, and Eren is the main guy there, a little Funko Pop. I would love like an action figure and with all his Titan, you know, but that can be expensive and I don't got the money. But anyway, that's insane. I used to tease my sister. You gotta teach, if you're the eldest, you gotta teach your siblings. I always used to make fun of her for liking non-existent characters. It's like, I would always tell her like, you know, I like Zac Efron. Or, you know, just for an example, Taylor Lautner. I like that who he plays, you know, Jacob or Shark Boy. When I was a kid, seeing him as Shark Boy, and I would tell her he exists. Yeah, Yes, he plays a fictional character, but he exists. Yours don't even exist anywhere. It's an old man voice acting. And she would get so angry, but I'm feeding right now. I'm like Aaron Yeager. There's no other man like him. No, but so yeah. So in each of her lifetimes, she gets killed by him. So in her 7th lifetime, she did not expect that he would fall for her. But she was on a fence. She was like, this man kills me in all my lifetimes. I gotta. He loves me. But she falls from his wall. But he's so amazed by her, you guys. Every episode she does something and he's just like, I laugh so hard. There was one scene, so it's 2 balconies and she lives in this room and he's in this room, and so they stand on the balconies and he's like, you should come over here if you want to say something. She's like, okay, and she jumps. He's like, what are you insane? He's like, there's a front door, and she's like, oh. She just jumped over the balcony and he thought she was gonna go all the way around and come in. He was just fascinated by her and he loved her. I really wish there is a season 2 though. I need more of them. I need them to have kids and they're so cute. But yeah, that is all that I can recommend for you. Definitely check them out. If you have checked them out, then comment down below. But yeah, those were good, and that's a good anime. So thank you for listening. This was really legit only a rambly video. Usually I'll do something, but sometimes we just need to talk about stuff because we're only girls. Just playing, because we're only buddies, okay? But thank you so much, Sleeping Beauties, for being here, for watching, for supporting. I appreciate you all so much. Suna. Lekker slaap. Sweet dreams, sleeping beauties. And I'll see you tomorrow.